Welcome to the World United. Today, we are going to have the session of soulfulness meditation. Wherever you are across the world, keep yourself in a comfortable position. The first preference is to sit on a flat surface with a pillow under your bottom or a hard elevation, a riser that locks your spine, and you can sit for a long time comfortably. Or you can better sit on a sofa, chair. Keep your feet as wide as your shoulders if you're sitting on a chair on the sofa. You keep your hands like this with two thumbs very close to each other, but a small gap in between. You can see the thumbs, small gap in between. This entire hand should lie on your lap, and the oval formed by the two hands rests in the place between umbilicus and pubis. That is where the consciousness gets centered. There's a place of gut brain. There's a place of your groundedness. There's a place of your immunity. And today, now, we are going to take up the meditation session and understand the main topic of the day, titled as the prerequisites of a meditator. What does a meditator should actually understand before taking the path of meditation forever? How he must sculpt himself, prepare himself, make himself ready for the blossoming of meditation which happens within. So now, drop your shoulders, sit straight, comfortably straight, not hyper erect, no stooping down. Keep your hands on your lap, eyes closed, and listen carefully. Watch the breath, the way it happens, the way it is flowing inside, in and out. The reference point of observation of the breath is lower abdomen. The breath has to be observed there. Why the breath has to be observed there in the lower abdomen, below the navel, is there is a place of life and death. There is a center of life and death, otherwise called as Hiranyagarbha, the golden womb, which is our real teacher, which is our real guru, which is the source. Instead of focusing on this source, we keep on searching for the gurus outside. We keep on searching for the wisdom outside, when everything is within. The only guru, the real guru, lies within you in the Hiranyagarbha, in the lower abdomen, just below your navel. Let the breath be observed in the lower abdomen. With every inhalation, let the abdomen rise slowly, smoothly, and with every exhalation, let the abdomen recede within, goes within. With every inhalation, abdomen rises. With every exhalation, abdomen goes within. The way a child breathes, every child breathes. The way every animal and yogi breathes. The yogi always breathes like this. Lungs are not located in the abdomen. It is a movement of diaphragm vertically down, which pushes the anterior abdominal musculature forward. That means a deep breath has to happen. For those people, breath is shallow, whose breath is shallow, they're always anxious. Their breath happens only in the chest, upper part of the lungs. No deeper breathing. Hence, they're always anxious, agitated, frustrated. When you are used to deep breathing, the abdomen is always abdominal in nature. Exhalation is very important than inhalation. Second half of exhalation is even more vital because you sink straight away in the layer of breath. At the terminal point of exhalation, where it is going to meet inhalation, that is the moment of nirvana. For a single moment, you understand meditation experientially. For a single moment, you experience meditation. You experience nirvana. And that moment is at the terminal point of exhalation, where it is going to continuous inhalation. The breath has to be uniform, smooth, no jerks, no gaps, no pauses. And it should flow like oil. The path of meditation is a voluntary affair. It is a decision. Entering onto the path of meditation is a decision, is a very important decision in life. It cannot be taken up like a morning walk. It is taken up after we have decided upon a deep inner transformation. Once we decide upon the outcome of a deep inner transformation, then it does mean that you are taking up the path of meditation. To take up the path of meditation, the so-called meditator, the one who wants to indulge in meditation, the one who wants to dwell in meditation, he has to observe a few qualities within him. The first and foremost quality is commitment. Commitment to spend time for oneself. Commitment to understand one's core nature of consciousness. Commitment cannot be a weekend affair. It cannot be like a New Year resolution. It cannot be for 1 year or 2 years. It's a lifetime commitment. This commitment, once taken up, cannot be given away. The second prerequisite of any person who wants to take up meditation as their path of life, they must be sincere enough to hold their experiences whatsoever. When you hold your experiences for yourself, which is your personal treasure, without being analytical about it, without wanting for its understanding, without getting excited to share and live in a state of euphoria, all the meditation experience whatsoever need to be kept personally. This alone allows you understand the meaning of its experience, meaning of this experience. When you hold it, you will understand. Never get into the excitement of sharing. Never get into the excitement of you have done something, you have got something. No. No excitement in the path of meditation. You have to be centered enough, grounded enough to hold it. There is a second important prerequisite. The third important prerequisite is inner ease. Inner ease is an important element. Unless things are easy inside, without any mental conflict, without any emotional conflict, without any element of wanting any experience, without any element of becoming something, becoming a Buddha or becoming a master, whatever, no expectation, no anticipation is required. A plain, neutral, unbiased, unprejudiced observation of your own nature of consciousness is most important here. For this inner ease is always a prerequisite. A child has more inner ease. Watch his looks, watch his bodily expressions. It has a lot of inner ease. He's not ashamed of exhibiting his inner ease. He's cool, relaxed, living in awe, living in wonderment. All this because of inner ease. Unless you live in a world of wonderment and awe, you can't really enjoy life. Inner ease, not only the physical body, but in the mental body and emotional body as well. The fourth important element is letting go. What do you have to let go? Let go should happen always after inner ease. It cannot be enforced. It is not a willful affair. It is a psychological property. Letting go is a psychological property wherein you lose your patterns, programs, rigidities, robotic nature. Letting go is a real art of meditation. When you have mastered letting go, you have mastered meditation. That's all. Simple equation. And letting go happens only with mastery of inner ease. Without inner ease, we cannot let go of anything because you always try to hold. Remembering all these four prerequisites is very important. One is commitment. Second is holding of your experiences. Third thing is inner ease. Fourth one is letting go. So the four most important prerequisites of anyone who wants to take up the path of meditation. I don't like the word meditator because when you say someone as a meditator, it is something what one does as an activity. When meditation is never an act of doing. You can never say that I have done my meditation. You can never ask anyone, have you done your meditation? Because it's not an act of doing. It is not an act of prayer. It is not an exercise. It is a state of consciousness which unfolds on its own, like a blossoming of flower, like a flow of river. It happens. It's a happening. It's a phenomenon. Keep your mind on the lower abdomen. Be watchful of your rise and fall of abdomen with every inhalation and exhalation. And be extremely watchful of the terminal point of exhalation. That's a moment of nirvana. And you lose the difference between inhalation and exhalation. It's a single uninterrupted continuum. There is no gap. There should not be any gap between inhalation and exhalation. You have to be observed as a single, most uninterrupted continuum. Because there is no discontinuity here. One cycle has to be observed. And slowly purification happens. There should be another important point which has to be understood, the fifth point. That is remembering all the above four. There is a tendency to forget. There is a tendency of inability to understand the value and significance of these prerequisites. In order to avoid this tendency, the fifth one is important, that is remembering all the above. Sitting for meditation is the only thing you can do. Spending time for meditation is the only thing you can do. Dwelling within and staying internalized, staying centered and grounded is the only thing you can do. But the phenomena of meditation is something you can't do. It happens. It happens with what has to be done. That is, you have to sit for some time and you have to be focused for some time. And it doesn't require any concentration. Please understand this. Meditation doesn't require any concentration. A passive observation is the most important quality one has to nurture. Passivity is the most important element, is the key element here. When we say passivity, it doesn't mean concentration, but there is intensity inside. Unbiased intensity. The watchfulness of a child. A child watches passively, unbiased, without any inferences, without any element of conclusions, without any judgment. He passively observes, keeps on observing. That type of watchfulness is very important. That's what I call as passivity. A passive attention of one's breath. Attention is important. When attention is continued, when attention is sustained, that is called as dharana. The sustained attention progress into the blossoming of meditation. It automatically transforms. Dharana automatically turns into dhyana. All these words, dhyasa, that means attention, dharana, that means sustained attention, dhyana, that is meditation. All these three words came from one single root Sanskrit word called thru. Thru means holding. Hold. Hold the consciousness. Not with active concentration, but with passive watchfulness. Meditation is transformation of mind into soul. Meditation is dropping of I-ness. I means the personality, full of patterns, full of traits, full of temperaments, full of belief systems and ideologies, full of memory. Chitta. This has to be erased. Chitta vritti nirodha. Vritti means activity. Chitta means the mental activity. The mental activity has to be nirodha, has to be stopped. When the mental activity stops, the soulfulness takes place. Soul takes place. Soul emerges. Soul replaces this mind. The centered consciousness replaces the peripheralized consciousness. The peripheralized consciousness is otherwise called as mind. The centered consciousness is otherwise called as the soul. So what we are attempting at is centralizing the consciousness, otherwise called as groundedness, otherwise called as soulfulness, connecting oneself to the Hiranyagarbha. Let your nose and navel be in one straight line. Keep your spine straight, close your eyes, drop your shoulders. Spend at least 5 times a day, 3 to 5 times a day. Each time at least 5 minutes. One sitting can be a little longer, maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes or more. Spending a lot of time at a stretch for hours and hours doesn't fetch you anything. It is a quality that is important. It is a sustenance of inner ease that is important. How long you sit doesn't matter. Frequent sittings always help you a lot, and one sitting can be a little longer for achieving dharana quickly. Dharana comes with efforts. Dharana is achievement. Dhyana is not achievement. Dhyana is attainment, alignment. It is happening. It is not a, doesn't come with efforts. It comes effortlessly. Like blossoming of flower blossoms effortlessly. If the flower makes effort, it can never blossom. The beauty and magnificence starts exuding only with the help of this blossoming of flower, otherwise called as awakening, otherwise called as enlightenment, otherwise called as Christhood or Krishna consciousness, Buddha consciousness, Buddhahood, whatever, Kaivalya, Moksha, whatever you call it. That lies in every moment. At the terminal point of every exhalation that you are watching, you can experience this moment of awakening, moment of Buddhahood, moment of Christhood. Just believe in yourself because you are made up of God consciousness. Every person is a speck of God consciousness, a speck of divine consciousness. There is no human being in the world who is not made up of God consciousness. Please understand. Whatsoever level of villainy you have got, whatsoever bad past you have got, but still you are made up of God consciousness and you can awaken it by sitting for just 3 to 5 times, 5 minutes each. So if you have any questions, please put it on the comment box. I will be able to answer from next Saturday onwards. Thank you very much. Slowly open your eyes. Keep your mind's eye at your lower abdomen and your Hiranyagarbha or Hara Akshatra. Your mind's eye should be always internalized. You should never get peripheralized. You should never come out. You should never get centrifugalized. You should never get exteriorized. Dwelling within forever is real mastery. Thank you very much.